I sold your old Cadillac for $40,000, my wife said, as if it were great news. Her family broke into applause, cheering like she'd just achieved something extraordinary. Can you imagine working your fingers to the bone, saving every penny for 7 years, finally buying your own house, and then having your own family try to take it from you? Not just take it, but then, when you finally say no, watch it go up in flames? This isn't just a story about a house, it's about what happens when blood means less than a bank account, and the price of saying enough costs you everything. And watching them finally learn that actions have price tags was the only closure I ever got. So, let's start from the beginning. My name's Lucian. I'm in my early 30s, and I work in operations management for a mid-sized company. It's not glamorous, but it's steady. Long hours, problem solving, keeping things from falling apart. That's pretty much how I've lived my whole life anyway, being the one who just figures it out. In my family, that role translated into me becoming the responsible one, which really meant the one nobody checks on because he'll be fine. My parents, Donald and Paris, always acted like I was born knowing what I was doing. If I struggled, they assumed I'd handle it. Meanwhile, my younger sister, Laura, was treated like a fragile collectible. Dust her off. Keep her safe. Don't let her get overwhelmed. Every decision she made, even the questionable ones, was praised as brave or stressful or a lot for her to handle. I stopped expecting fairness years ago. Anyway, after 7 years of saving every spare cent, skipping vacations, taking on extra overtime whenever I could, I finally bought a house. Nothing crazy, just a 3-bedroom ranch on the edge of town. Most people would have turned away, because it needed a lot of work. But I knew I could make something solid out of it if I was patient. The place had old paint peeling like thin paper, floors that looked like someone dragged metal furniture across them for a decade, and a kitchen with cabinets so warped I could see daylight through the seams. But it was mine. No roommates, no landlords, no shared walls. For the first time, I walked into a space and felt not proud, exactly. More like relieved. Like the years of eating cheap meals and fixing my own car might finally start meaning something. Renovating the house became my second full-time job. I'd work a 10-hour shift, come home, change shirts, and dive into whatever problem the house threw at me. I watched tutorial after tutorial until my eyes burned. Some nights, I fell asleep on the floor with tools scattered around me. My shoulders ached for weeks. Weekends were for bigger projects, redoing the bathroom, scraping old linoleum, fixing the sagging deck. My friend Alonzo came by to help with the heavier stuff. He's been my best friend since high school and has seen enough of my family to understand why I'm the way I am. He kept joking that the house would be my proof of survival after years of being the background character in my own family. His words weren't wrong. When I finally invited my parents to see the progress, they acted proud in that muted way they do when they don't want to make a big deal out of something. My dad looked around and said, "You always were handy, son." Like it was obvious I'd renovate an entire house alone. My mom smiled and said it was nice. Not amazing. Not impressive. Just nice. They meant well. I know they did. But it felt more like they were checking a task off a list. If the same work had come from Laura, they would have thrown a party with decorations and speeches. Speaking of Laura, my parents still bring up her wedding like it was the crowning event of the decade. It's been years, but they talk about it constantly. The colors, the venue, how magical it was, how proud they were of their girl. It wasn't until much later that I realized how much they helped pay for it. I never got that kind of enthusiasm or support. When I hinted once that the down payment was rough on me, my parents said they wished they could help more equally, but Laura needed it at the time. Like need only count when it's hers. But the thing is, I didn't buy the house to win points with anyone. I bought it because I wanted something that couldn't be taken away or reinterpreted into someone else's story. Still, when I stood outside and looked at the house after finishing the last of the major work, I expected to feel like part of something bigger. Instead, I just felt steady. Solid. Like I'd finally built something that belonged entirely to me. The problem was,